Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank all our panelists here today. I just would like to begin by first acknowledging the concerted and affirmative efforts of Kroger, and I know Raytheon because I visited your facilities, to hire veterans. I think that's very important during this period of time. I'm really pleased that the Chairman has convened this hearing to discuss the integrity of our private defined pension benefit plans. There's no doubt, based on some of the grim assessment that we've heard here today, that especially as it pertains to retirement savings more generally, that we need to act and act boldly here in Congress. I know there's one affirmative step that this committee can take that will help improve that situation for hundreds of thousands of American workers, and this is a bit of a departure from what we've been talking about, but it bears mentioning, I think. I would hope we work together in coming months and perhaps beyond to support and to protect from adverse DOL regulations, ESOPs. This business formation results in employee owner saving for a secure retirement by owning a piece of where they work. Ms. Tolley, back to the primary focus of this hearing. I appreciate your testimony today, and specifically your focus on non-discrimination rules. There's obviously a well-intentioned rationale behind the existence of these rules and so forth, but our workforce has changed and will continue to change, and we clearly need to step back and analyze those rules anew. With that in mind, I applaud Chairman Teaberry and Ranking Member Neal for their work together on this issue, and I hope the full committee at some point can fully consider H.R. 5381. We have to get this right, bottom line, for the benefit of both the companies and the beneficiary. Ms. Tolley, during your testimony, you spoke to some length about the impact the non-discrimination rules have on employers, and also that the IRS granted certain non-discrimination relief through 2015. With that in mind, can you discuss a bit about how Raytheon currently operates their benefit plan in order to comply with the non-discrimination rule structure, and how that would change after the IRS relief expires?
Sure. Thank you. So our plans currently pass all of the testing requirements under the non-discrimination rules, and we do not actually need to utilize the testing relief at this point that the Treasury has offered. And if we were to run into testing issues, we would evaluate our situation then and determine what our next steps would be with respect to our plan.
Mr. Henderson, do you have thoughts on that question?
Well, at Kroger, in the single employer plan, we face the same issue with respect to the non-discrimination testing, and clearly we support what the young lady from Raytheon is proposing as well.
Thank you. Ms. Tolley, in reference to other proposals that might help mitigate or ideally eliminate this current problem, what if we change the definition of highly compensated employees? Or are there other solutions that might work outside those proposed by my good colleagues, Mr. Teaberry and Neal?
Yes. So one potential short-term option could be to change the definition, as you mentioned, of highly compensated employees, or make some other fixes, I would say, around the edges of these rules. But any change such as that would be a temporary solution and wouldn't actually fix the long-term problem. And also, because of the nature of these complex actuarial ratio tests that are used in the rules, there is actually a chance that changing some of these provisions, such as the definition of highly compensated employees, could cause some employers to actually fail the test with such a change. In terms of other possible solutions, there could be other possible solutions. I believe our perspective is that those solutions need to be focused on the long-term fix for employers versus the short-term sort of Band-Aid solutions to this issue. And one possible additional long-term fix may be to simply apply a general grandfathering rule that would allow for employers who had passed all of these testing provisions at the time that they were open or at the point at which they were closed to continue to be considered passing in the future. So that's just another possible solution.
Thank you for sharing your perspective. I yield back. Thank you.